The United States has the largest immigrant detention system in the entire world. Every day, it deprives thousands of immigrants of their liberty amid systemic abuse and neglect. Our country's dramatic expansion of detention is largely due to mandatory detention laws that require automatic imprisonment of a person without any consideration of their individual circumstances. Current U.S. immigration policies require that whole categories of non-citizens must be detained by ICE while they go through removal proceedings, without access to a bond hearing or any other way to secure their release. These laws force thousands of immigrants to spend months and sometimes years in detention, and while ICE has full discretion to release them, it chooses not to in the majority of cases. In 2021, over 66% of immigrants languished in detention due to these unjust laws. How did we get here? In 1996, two laws were passed that dramatically expanded the use of mandatory detention in the United States, making nearly any contact by a non-citizen with the police or the criminal legal system a trigger for mandatory detention. Even if someone has completed their sentence in the criminal legal system and would otherwise be freed, they are punished again and transferred to an immigrant detention center. This process is automatic, meaning their family and community ties or the strength of their legal case cannot be considered. And because of the racism in both the criminal legal system and immigrant enforcement system, mandatory detention disproportionately impacts Black and brown immigrants. 76% of Black immigrants who are facing deportation find themselves detained after contact with the criminal legal system. Mandatory detention laws are designed to funnel people into detention centers. And who benefits? Private prison companies. Nearly 80% of people in ICE custody each day are held in private detention facilities run by big corporations who earn more than $1 billion every year keeping people behind bars. Whether run by for-profit companies or government agencies, immigration detention centers have well-documented histories of systematic abuse and medical neglect that have only gotten worse during the ongoing pandemic. While detained, immigrants are often exploited for their labor. They're forced to work for sometimes less than $1 an hour. If they choose not to, they're punished with solitary confinement. To decrease and finally end immigration detention, we must first end the use of mandatory detention laws.